Hello. Today I just wanted to talk about this play here a little bit. There's a lot to kind of unpack here, but so I guess I'll just throw some information at you, anything that I can think of as we go. Um, One thing that we see these pitchers do, I mean, it's very tough to see from this angle, but you can see how his foot kind of comes up and causes this kind of like coil action here, right? As he does that, you can see right a little twist in the knee, a little bit of movement in the knee, and that's likely his knee externally rotating just slightly, feeling his foot like almost like screw into the ground almost. And that's what helps him get into his load phase, get into his good hip hinge here while he gets down the mound. This is still good and strong until it's time to rotate. Um, and as far as pitch selection here, I can't really tell who's at the plate, but I mean, Bayo feels very confident in his changeup. It's Nathaniel Lau. That's who it is. But I'm not exactly sure what the statistics might say on Nathaniel Lau, but this is a 2-0 changeup that misses for a ball. The Rangers here are trying to steal a run, it seems, because well, I'll let the full video play out here for a second. He delivers a pitch. This is what we got.
On the move. Hamilton's throw to the plate to get Seager. They got him. And the inning is over.
So, likely trying to steal a run. I don't know. 2-0 count. Your 5-hitter up. It's going to be a 3-0 count. He went with the changeup. Like I don't know. If I'm the Texas Rangers coach, I mean, I took it as Bruce Bochy. He's been doing it much longer than I have. Much, much, much longer. So, I don't know. Maybe there's something that I don't personally know. But, or maybe it was the players. I personally don't know. Because then we got a 3-0 count. I mean, hindsight is 2020. We got a 3-0 count, first and third. Your 5-hitter up. Those counts really, those situations don't come. They're far and few between. You know what I mean? So as they come, you want to take advantage of them, and you maybe don't want to run yourself into an out. And maybe it wasn't the coach. Maybe Seager at third base made a judgment that he was going to go. Just a like let your hitters hit, kind of. You know what I mean? It's the first inning. We got a long game. You know, we're not playing for a run. We're not playing for 2 runs. We're playing for as many as we can get. You know, and that's not to say that Nathaniel Lau should try and hit a home run in a 2-0 count or a 3-0 count, but those are great counts for a hitter to do a job in. In this situation, it would be get a hit because there's 2 outs, but still a better situation than a 1-2 count or an 0-2 count, right? That's maybe where you want to get some action. And if you can be confident that your hitters know to look for action in those advantage counts, then that allows you to like operate accordingly, kind of as a coach, right? That's a pretty good 2-0 pitch though too. I mean, it missed, so it's a ball, and now it's 3-0. But like that's tough. I mean, it looks like it could be sinker painted, but it's actually a changeup down and away. And that's a good take. It's not what he's looking for in a 2-0 count. He doesn't want to swing at that. He wants something better. He wants a better pitch than that. 2 strikes though, you probably see him try and fight it off. I mean, ideally, like that's you probably have to, unless you really do see it well and you can see it as a ball. Um, you know, that's a fightable pitch with 2 strikes. Um, what I also want to talk about is Connor Wong here on the throw. I mean, this is pretty. So he catches the ball. The right foot will replace the left, and the left foot steps towards the throw, so he can gain momentum, gain ground towards the throw. Momentum is big time. It's how we transfer a lot of our energy. And he gets into this strong position, about 90 degrees in the arm, as his foot hits the ground. As soon as his foot hits the ground, boom, 90 degrees. Strong front side, shoulder pointed towards his target. Not totally thumbs down, but thumbs slightly down. Thumbs up. Rotate. And this is a good release point. This is where we want to release the ball from. This does not suggest our arm is pushy. This is what our arm looks like being a whip. Some people like have the idea that like we like release the ball way out in front. It's more like up in this area here where you'll release it. And you got that glove sort of covering the chest here. That's a good front side, good enough, definitely, to make a good strong throw down to second. Stable. And that's something else to note too, right? Like catchers, look at that position that he finishes in, right? And he kind of just freezes there. Like that's him. Like you can see as he comes through, like the back hip comes through definitely, but it never really like, he doesn't fall back onto it after, you know what I mean? Like it just gently touches the ground. And that's a good sign of rotating efficiently. And he throws a dart down to David Hamilton. And I don't think it was going to get the runner here.
Full line there, Garcia on the move. Hamilton's throw to the plate to get Seager.
He probably would have been. It would have been a close play, I say. If the play was at second. What David Hamilton does a good job of here is leaving the bag, not waiting for the ball to travel. So obviously, if you're trying to make this play here, you want to wait for the ball to travel, get here, and catch and tag up down. V tag is kind of what they call it, but it's more like a up and down, right? But he realizes that that's not the best play, and he cuts down the ground towards the baseball. Cutting down the ground towards the baseball saves. I mean, I can't really tell you, but it saves plenty of time. And that if he doesn't cut down ground from the baseball, it saves time in 2 ways too, right? It saves time on the way this way, and it saves time on the way that way as well, right? Because we're just cutting down the distance. By cutting down the distance, David Hamilton ends up making the play at the plate, getting Corey Seager. What could I say here? Connor Wong catch and tag. Bayo letting him know, good play. Connor Wong letting him know, good play. That's really important there. This is a team effort here. Always acknowledge the guy who makes the play. And I'm sure David Hamilton, right, is giving those guys a point too on his way in. That's what it takes to be part of a good team. And as much as, again, I'm a Sox fan, but they're a pretty good team. They're not like extremely talented, but they're scrappy and they'll get it done. And this is how they do it, right? They operate as a good team. But I know that he's worked with multiple Cy Young Award winners, and the impact that he's had on guys like Cutter Crawford and Nick Pivetta, like different pitch sequences, different pitches they're applying, even Bayo too, using the four-seamer again. Big play. Early in the game, 0-0 game, not much weight here. But like this is something that people will do in the biggest moments, the biggest moments of the game. People will try stuff like this where they do the double steal, try and steal a run from you. And we've got to be ready for that. If you're not ready for that, then you're going to get burned and it's going to be game over. So I think that's important to note too. It's really important to, be mechanically sound if you want to play at a high level. It's important to be capable. It's important to be available, right? But if you don't know what you're doing out there, and you have to know to a T, because if you don't, in the biggest moments, you're going to get exposed, okay? And we just can't have that, right? And that comes from knowing the game of baseball. Like, you have to know the game of baseball before you can excel. You just have to. Because by knowing the game of baseball, you just give yourself an incredible advantage across the board, knowing when people are going to steal, knowing when people are off balance, knowing when people might bunt, where they might bunt the ball to, like what to do in every situation. And it's mental. That comes from a mentality. It doesn't come from T-work. It doesn't come from playing catch. And that mentality needs to be carried across into the training. Like, you cannot train with no intent, with no purpose, ever.
And the inning is over. Full wind there, Garcia on the move. Hamilton's throw to the plate to get Seager. They got him. And the inning is over.